Now, the official National Heritage Day celebrations are underway in KwaMashu in KwaZulu-Natal, where Deputy President Paul Mashatile had delivered the keynote address. And this year's theme, which is celebrating cultural diversity in a democratic South Africa. Our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is at the Princess Magogo Stadium. Pule, good afternoon. Happy Heritage to you. And we heard earlier on, of course, President Paul Mashatile emphasizing the importance of a national identity, saying that we are one person or one nation united in our diversity. Hi, Pule, if you can hear me. I believe it's also raining there, so the weather or Mother Nature is not playing along, but it also could be a sign of blessings being ushered or showered on the occasion. So Pule, we're just going to do another test, and you can tell us what the rest of the program entails today as we mark Heritage Day. Good afternoon to you again.
Well, Cindy, I can't quite clearly hear you, but from the words I'm picking up is that we now know that some of the officials, including the Deputy President, Paul Mashatile, have taken stage and they've spoken about what needs to be done in terms of strengthening and reinforcing social cohesion, but also the administering of preserving indigenous languages within communities and societies as well. But of course, these are just some of the promises that have been made. And there's been a call from some of the people I spoke to who are here saying that they want to see more action from government in terms of reinforcing programs that can speak to the importance of agriculture and, of course, the importance of culture and traditional customs, rather. And this is really what they were saying should be done in terms of government to not only have a program with promises, but also a program which can implement some of these issues. So what we're seeing right now here, we're seeing some of those who are in attendance as well, who are coming here. I'm just going to speak to Mr. Zikalala. Minister, thank you very much for chatting to us. Sorry for hijacking you. Maybe let's just speak about the importance of today, Heritage Day, and you having it in KwaMashu in KwaZulu-Natal.
Well, it's a great day. It is a day that symbolizes the heritage of our country. It should deepen social cohesion and advance the integration of all people into one nation. We are grateful to see such exhibition and such people performing with different cultural groups.
Are you happy with what has been done so far in terms of programs that speak to preserving language and culture as well?
Well, we will not achieve everything overnight, but there is progress. There is promotion of African culture, as you will see that now people are no longer afraid to portray and display their cultural orientation. Thank you.
Some people would ask, how can we celebrate our heritage at a time when so many South Africans are facing such great hardship, such as unemployment, the issue of the energy crisis, amongst others as well?
Well, challenges are there. They are being addressed, but that does not mean if there are challenges we cannot celebrate what defines us as the country. As we continue to grapple and deal with challenges, we should also promote social cohesion. Thank you.
Minister, tell us about the importance of celebrating this day as well. We're in KZN. We've seen how the Zulu nation prioritizes its culture and traditional customs. The Zik King as well, King KZN as well. The importance of Heritage Day.
It is important that all South Africans celebrate their cultures. The Zulu nation has been one of those that are doing well in terms of preserving their history and their cultures, but also a number of other tribes are doing the same. If you go to Eastern Cape, you will be proud of seeing what they do, but also if you go to Limpopo or Free State, I'm sure you will see something that is different. And that's why we say we are a rainbow nation. we live together, coexist. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As Minister, of course, of Public Works, Sihle Zikalala, speaking to us this afternoon, just after that program had, of course, wrapped as well. We did see a number of officials who were in attendance this morning as well. And what we're currently seeing now is the groups that are coming in from various countries as well, such as far as the Western Cape, who are here to celebrate this day as well, Heritage Day, the importance of it as well, but also like the Minister was reiterating, saying that the preservation of the traditional and beliefs and customs is one which is very important as well. And this is currently where we are right now, where many believe that the importance of culture is one that should be taken seriously as well, and not there being negligence towards that element of South Africans, the Rainbow Nation, not focusing on the importance of African culture, tribes, and of course its customs.
Yes, and Pule, I know that there is quite a lot of ambience in the background because of the movement and chatter of people there. But if you can hear me with regards to the distribution of languages as well around the country, as you are saying, now we have 12 official languages, including sign language. Deputy President Paul Mashatile touched on the Indigenous Games Festival, and I remember even in 1996 when the Constitution was adopted, this was something that was supposed to have been a priority, but we still find ourselves, in the sense that it's been neglected. What more do we know about what this festival aims to achieve and when it starts in earnest?
Yeah, the issue of indigenous languages is one that, of course, was extensively covered by the President Cyril Ramaphosa last year in his address as well, saying that they should support departments which look into African languages and, of course, higher institutional learnings which want to promote and seek to persevere languages like that, or reserve languages like that. Today we heard the Deputy President Paul Mashatile speaking about such as well. And I think it's quite important that this happens, because when I spoke to the Deputy Mayor here in eThekwini, she said that they had established programs as well in which they aim to educate many about the African languages as well, including being multilingual, because in South Africa it's a country of many languages as well. And the Mayor was saying that these are some of the programs they've really tried to highlight here in their municipality as well. And I think that this is one thing which really has now caught the attention of government, in a sense that while the President spoke about it last year during Heritage Day address, we now hear the Deputy President, Paul Mashatile, reiterating the same sentiments, saying that it's something which really needs to be taken seriously and fast-tracked as well, not only in a way of making promises, but there being an establishment of departments which promote not only Heritage Day, but the importance of these languages, which needs to be protected, which needs to be taught about its historical regions, and of course, with many South Africans being, privileged to be educated about these languages, and essentially lead them to not only speaking one language, but being multilingual as well.
Pule, we're going to leave it there. We'll come back to you in due course. Thank you so much. That's Pule Letshwiti-Jones. He is out at the Princess Makoko Stadium as we mark Heritage Day. We go to Aviwe Mtila, eNCA reporter. Happy Heritage Day to you, Aviwe Molo Ninjani. I hope you are at least able to hear us because of the background noise, but nonetheless your sense and what you're taking away from Heritage Day, it is a very significant day for us to reflect and also to appreciate the strides that have been made to where we are as a democratic society. Good afternoon to you, Aviwe.
Ngolo sisipidi ndiyaphila enkosi ndiyathemba uyaphila nawe. We are at the Princess Makoko Stadium, of course, just moments after that keynote address was delivered by Deputy President Paul Mashatile, and in fact just moments after the official program was wrapped up. You see the festivities are still continuing here with people from all provinces coming together. Of course, we're told it's a crowd of 10,000 strong, and a lot of significance with it coming to KwaZulu-Natal, also it being held at this particular stadium, Princess Makoko Stadium. You'd understand that Princess Makoko was the mother of the late IFP leader and also Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and she was at the fore of cultural activities, we're told. She was at the fore of just preserving the Zulu cultures and just its advancement. So it would be ideal, an ideal venue for it to be hosted at the Princess Makoko Stadium. I'm trying to move around just to see if we can get voices that could talk to what we heard there. As we heard from the Deputy President, that indigenous languages is something that they're trying to put as much as possible in the schooling curriculum. Also mentioning how social cohesion and sport has played a big role when it comes to social cohesion. We see it, for example, in the Springboks, how diverse they are, but in their diversity, they're doing amazingly in sports. I'm just going to move around as we give you the significance of the day itself. We do know that it was formerly known as the Shaka Day, commemorating the late King Shaka Zulu Kasenza Kakona, as he passed away on this day in 1824. We're seeing different people from different walks of life. I'm going to try and rope in a few just to find out who they are. Hey guys, you're live on eNCA. How are you enjoying this cultural day, and what did you take from the Deputy President's speech?
It's nothing like an experience before. It's expectational. It's amazing. It's definitely something I enjoy. I would definitely want to do this again.
They want to do this again. I'm going to bring in the ladies behind you. Happy Heritage Day. Are you enjoying the festivities?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. Happy National Heritage Day, people.
Allah, she says that. Mama, what did you take from the Deputy President's speech? What stood out for you?
What stood out for me is that we are multicultural and we must enjoy that.
Okay, multiculturalism, we must enjoy that. And of course, Heritage Day, very significant in a very colorful country such as South Africa, different backgrounds, different cultures, but within our diversity, we all exist as part of South Africa and the Rainbow Nation. So very important day, and you can see the people jovial here just moments after the official program of the Heritage Day has wrapped up here at the Princess Makoko Stadium, KwaMashu.
Aviwe, I mean, what we're seeing behind you there is really encouraging, because more often than not, we tend to have our own occasions in silos based on, the comfort or rather the preference of being with family or people of your own culture and creed. But I think slowly or generally we're seeing more and more integration of communities outside the metropolis, even in areas that are remote or far-flung, to demonstrate the unity in diversity that South Africa enjoys.
Definitely, the unity is displayed. I mean, people from all walks of life coming KwaMashu, a township in KwaZulu-Natal, coming to celebrate, Heritage Day. I think it's very significant, and it talks a lot just to how that advent of Heritage Day, that posture of it, is actually being celebrated here. I'm not sure if I can rope in a few people here. Hello, ma'am. Are you enjoying this Heritage Day event?
It's very nice. Yes, I'm enjoying it.
Tell us, ma'am, where are you from and what made you come out here today?
I'm from Wellington in Cape Town in the Western Province, and I like eNCA. It's one of my favorite sports.
You came all the way from Cape Town to come and celebrate Heritage Day here.
I can't hear you.
You came all the way from Cape Town to celebrate Heritage Day here.
Very nice. I'm enjoying it.
Enjoying it. Mama coming all the way from Wellington in Cape Town, as you know that all the provinces are represented here as they're now starting to leave. Not even the rain, Cindy, is deterring them from coming out here. You can see it's drizzling now, but the festivities are still happening. The hive of excitement from the people here as they celebrate their cultures is still ongoing. Mama Nivela Pinina, where are you from, Mama? Where are you from and how are you enjoying Heritage Day here? All right, I just want to give you a shot of just the dancing, and you can see just the cultural dancing there from Indombiza Kwamashu as they celebrate Ubuntu, they celebrate their being as African. It's what we've been seeing for all morning and up until now. It's really been beautiful seeing the different colors, just the different backgrounds that we come from, and all the different cultures just converge at the Princess Makoko Stadium in celebrating National Heritage Day for 2023.
Enkosi Aviwe, we'll come back to you again. We quickly cross over now to Pule Letshwiti-Jones. Good afternoon again, Pule. I mean, it's really, it just gives you goosebumps and an opportunity to appreciate what we have as a nation. Yes, notwithstanding the challenges, but nonetheless, there is much more to celebrate. Over to you, Pule. Good afternoon again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm joined by the KZN Premier, Nomusa Dube, of course, in her beautiful African attire as well. Before we speak to us, Premier, thank you very much for chatting to us this afternoon. Maybe perhaps let's just start with, at a time when so many parts of the world are being torn apart by division, by ethnicity, language and religion, as South Africans, do you think we can hold our heads up high when it comes to celebrating this prestigious Heritage Day?
Yes, thank you very much. I do think that as South Africans, we've been able before to hold hands and to be able to appreciate the diversity that we are. But also, you know, today is another demonstration that indeed for us in KwaZulu-Natal, this is Shaga Day. But we're celebrating Shaga Day with the rest of the country, with the rest of the world, where various people also get to learn about our culture. They also get to learn about our dress and about what it is that we do as Abantu of KwaZulu-Natal.
The Deputy President extensively highlights around indigenous languages as well. As the Premier in KZN, are there programs which are looking into, you know, defending and preserving our indigenous languages, particularly with languages like the Khoi and San languages, amongst others as well?
Yes, we do have programs as KwaZulu-Natal. We do have programs in schools. We do have programs in communities that get to teach people about our languages, but also even about beads. You know, the beads that I'm wearing, each and every color symbolizes something, and it also means something. And we have like ladies, but also men in cultural villages that we have that get to demonstrate that, but also get to teach people what does it mean to the people of KwaZulu. And you're correct, we have a very small community of the Khoi and San in KwaZulu-Natal. As a result, even in the south coast, we have the caves there, and it's called Kolo caves, where the Khoi and San people, you know, were there at some particular point. And these to us are all the areas that symbolizes the diversity of our culture. We have the Drakensberg Mountain up in the mountains that links us with Lesotho. We have in the north Ismangaliso World Heritage Site that also links us with other countries such as Swaziland and Mozambique. And really all of these to us are a tapestry of who we are as South Africans, but also as who we are as Abantu of KwaZulu.
Of course, the San language officially becoming South Africa's 12th official language. Would you say this speaks extensively around the diversity of culture and languages in South Africa as well?
It definitely speaks loud of our government for ensuring that we do not leave anybody behind. What now becomes important, though, is that even the media, there needs to get to showcase that the majority of communities in South Africa, in various areas, are people of Nguni. be they Tswana people, be they Xhosa people, be they Pedi, vendor communities. We want to see more of that as demonstrating who we are as people of South Africa. Because when we get to travel the world, you never even get to hear any language except for the language that those people speak. I was in Czech Republic at some stage, living there. People don't even know English. They only speak their language. And here we get deprived of that because we are, the majority of the language that gets spoken are languages of foreign, as it were, instead of really getting to teach ourselves other languages so that we can communicate ourselves, but also so that we can understand where we come from and who we are.
Some people may ask, how can we celebrate Heritage Day at a time when so many South Africans are facing such great hardships, such as unemployment, where there's accusation of cheap labor, where there are undocumented and documented foreign nationals who are taken into labor at the expense of South Africans who are unemployed and not working. But how can we commemorate this day when we are extensively faced with these challenges?
We shouldn't be celebrating this day once. We shouldn't be celebrating this month only once. Every month, every day should be Heritage Day, because that will bring economy to the communities, indigenous communities. If we were wearing what I'm wearing every day or even once a week, imagine what that will do for the economy of the people that are making those things. Imagine what it would do to all other communities in South Africa. We're wearing, every Friday now, we're wearing our lovely Springbok jerseys. And imagine what is that done to the economy. Imagine then, if we wear every Friday to wear our cultural, clothing, that will really increase our economy, but that will also get other people to be interested in our South African. For me, it will also increase employment. It will increase our economy because these things are done by indigenous people of South Africa. So that, for me, will speak louder than just us celebrating on the Heritage Day. Will speak louder if our media can also be playing our indigenous music, our indigenous, wares and all other cultural symbols that we have.
Which I was about to say, have you seen an influx of tourists coming into KZN, particularly with how many have been interested in the Zulu culture? We've seen with the documentary Soapy Shaka Ilembe, which premiered on DSTV, a lot of people interested in that. The president spoke about that as well, focusing on the Zulu culture. We've seen with how many have been interested in the monarch of King Misuzulu, Zwelithini, as well. Have you seen a high number of tourists coming in who are interested in the Zulu culture in KZN?
Yes, our cultural or heritage has got a huge influx of people that come. Right. People get interested to know where did, Dube, for instance, we have a Dube heritage route. We have Lutuli heritage routes. We've got a lot of other heroes of the struggle, but many also, as you correctly say, the Zulu culture itself. People will love to travel that Zulu heritage route that we have. And for me, if we can really, as media, as people in the leadership position, really get to celebrate, get to highlight all of those heritage sites, it will really boost our economy. We know that many of our heritage or tourism, particularly the rural, the parks, got eroded through the COVID-19. And that needs to be brought back to the economic mainstream. And that we can only do when we can really get more. Of course, this weekend, it's a long weekend. We're getting a lot of visitors coming to KwaZulu-Natal. A lot of things are coming. We have the indigenous games of South Africa that are going to be played here in KwaZulu-Natal. And all of those have really now put a spotlight on KwaZulu-Natal. And we're very grateful to the President and to the government.
Premier, thank you very much for joining us on eNCA.
Thank you very much.
The KZN Premier speaking to us just about the importance of Heritage Day and, of course, this particular day taking place here in KwaMashu, Durban.
Yes, a number of issues, obviously, that are glaring in South Africa that you've raised with the Premier Pule, as particularly those that feel that they are still disenfranchised, that they are in the margins of what we're celebrating. as Heritage Day, which will be a difficult one if your lived experience is that of deprivation or lack and unemployment, as you were saying, it would be very difficult to celebrate. But nonetheless, this is how we're marking Heritage Day here on eNCA.